What is up, guys? Welcome back to yet another anime news bit. I'm gonna get you guys fully caught up on the news of today. We have another delay for Zom 100. It just keeps hitting. Apparently, according to the internet, Oshinoko's author is taking a break to play Apex. Haven't you heard Sakamoto's mangaka has unfortunately passed away? Disney is cracking down on account sharing, and Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation's author has spoken up regarding the recent episode. But if you're interested in any of this news, definitely stay tuned. For our first bit of news, the New York Film Festival has announced they will premiering Hayao Miyazaki's new film, The Boy and the Heron, or How Do You Live, in the United States. The film festival will be running from September 29th all the way until October 15th, so if you're in the area, definitely jump in there and check that out. For our next news, Web Action Manga Twitter account has posted an image of Volume 4 of Dungeon People manga. In this image, there is a wraparound that has announced a TV anime adaptation of the series. The synopsis for this one is Clay was trained by her father to be an expert member of the Thieves Guild. Since her father disappeared 3 years ago, she has been using her skills to search for him in a dungeon filled with goblins, minotaurs, and all manner of dangerous creatures. When Clay reaches deeper than anyone else has before, she meets the caretaker of the dungeon. To her surprise, Clay is invited to join the staff, and thus begins Clay's new job, to learn the inner workings and the behind-the-scenes secrets of the dungeon from the inside. Which makes me believe that her father is a part of this group. Like, what other reason would she, like, alright, I'm gonna work here? But no, that's still kind of cool. I do like the idea of the dungeon master aspect, and this is a really cool way of doing that, just having them kind of control the labyrinth itself, where the monsters go and the traps and everything. It sounds very interesting. The artwork itself looks really interesting as well, so I'll be looking out for that one. For our next bit of news, Crunchyroll has announced they'll be adding My Hero Academia 2 Heroes film to their service. This will be added today at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and the regions include United States, Canada, UK, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, Nordic countries, and the Caribbean. I think that's a film that I've already watched. I think I had to buy it in order to watch it because I had to do judging for that year's Crunchyroll Anime Awards, but cool stuff, cool stuff. So I'm always happy to see them continue to add all these films to their service because obviously Crunchyroll's kind of moving to that idea of not having Blu-ray releases, just everything's on the streaming service, keep subbed, but cool deal. For our next bit of news, Netflix has posted their first teaser for Scott Pilgrim anime that's being done by Science Saru. In this teaser, it announces that the series will premiere on Netflix on November 17th. So if you're a fan of Scott Pilgrim, definitely be on the lookout for that. I have actually never watched any of it. I've not watched anything around Scott Pilgrim, so maybe I'll finally give it a shot. We'll see. For our next bit, the official website for Tearmoon Empire Anime has posted a new visual and an October 7th premiere. This is definitely one that I'm super excited for. I'm actually kind of surprised that Crunchyroll has picked up this show because I was pretty convinced that High Dive would be doing that because they got this big agreement for one of the producers, but apparently this may have been before that whole transaction happened, or maybe possibly they don't have enough share of it that they can have that control. So Crunchyroll it is, but either way, I'm really into the concept of this. It's basically this princess that's super evil and everybody like comes after her, executes her, and then there's like a time jump back and so she can kind of change to not get killed. So we'll see. Second shot princess. Definitely looking out for it. Moving on to some unfortunate news. This one really hurt. This one really hurt. The official Twitter account for Harta magazine has revealed that Nami Sano has passed away. And for those that don't know who Sano is, they were the original mangaka for Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto, and additionally Migi and Dali, which is getting an anime adaptation here in October. They know that she passed away only a month after being diagnosed with cancer, so holy crap, so fast. It's super heartbreaking. They also say that she was in the planning stages for a new manga while battling the disease. So apparently, despite being diagnosed, she was still trying to do what she wanted to do. The editors also shared her last letter, which states, "This ended up being a fun life. I am now going to a more free world. Goodbye." Massive heartache. I absolutely adored Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto. That was a massive surprise for me when I watched that series. Just something that I thought was going to get old, but it just kept hitting. We definitely lost a very genius creative, and my heart goes out to all their family and friends. Just really sad news. Moving on from that unfortunate news, the official Twitter account for Zom 100 has announced that they will be delaying the 6th episode by 1 week. So this is the third delay the show's had. Only 2 were a week delay. One was only a 1-day delay, but yeah. Thankfully, this time it is not due to production issues, ? This is due to the 2023 World Athletics Championship. So just a broadcast conflict there, but even still that, my concern right now really is the idea that typically with a lot of anime, they have this time slot. They broadcast within the set period of weeks. And with them now having 2 delays, they don't have many more delays before they're going to start running into the next season schedule. So if they get another 1 or 2 more episodes of delay, they're probably going to have to delay into winter or something like that. So we'll see, though. My current prediction is they'll probably get 2 more episodes, and then we're probably going to see a delay to fall or probably even more so winter. But I hope not. I hope not. I am really enjoying the show. I hope they keep the quality up. Don't rush it. If you guys are having production issues, just delay it. I'd rather have delay because they're doing a really great job of the actual animation, directing, everything. So, but we'll see. Moving on, the official website for TV anime 2.5 Dimensional Seduction has revealed a new PV, visual, and a 2024 premiere. Yeah, for those who don't remember, this is pretty much My Dress-Up Darling, but the main guy is just a guy that's obsessed with 2D girls. And then he's got a cosplayer that is cosplaying the character he likes so much, so it's breaking that barrier that he has to real girls. So, there you go. She looks super cute, so I'm definitely looking forward to it. Moving on, Disney CEO Bob Iger has stated during an earnings call that they plan on restricting Disney Plus password sharing sometime next year. Additionally, they're looking for best options for account sharing between friends and family. So despite the fact that they're going to restrict that you can't share your password anymore, they're going to find a way that you can possibly share. Sure. That's always like the best way to kind of go, we're going to restrict this. Don't worry, we're going to look for a solution. And then like 15 years later, we're looking for a solution. Yeah, they don't want you sharing accounts anymore because they're losing money. Disney is just bleeding right now. And it's showing in the fact they're doing this. And additionally, they're raising their rates. So, but yeah, starting October 12th, their ad-free tier will be increasing to $13.99, which I think is a $3 increase, which is woof. It's like almost 50% increase. Additionally, they're also increasing Hulu's ad-free plan to $17.99. So, yeah, have fun with that. Which, yes, really does suck for anime fans because, yes, they're at least picking up a show or so each season. So, hopefully soon they'll give up and just walk away from anime. But for now, have fun signing up for that tier just for one show. Moving on to our next bit, yes, Akasaka, the creator of Kaguya-sama's Love is War and the writer for Oshinoko, revealed on Twitter that he had to take a break for a month due to health issues. He has returned, but Oshinoko manga and Love Proxy manga are going to be taking a month break. Oshinoko will be returning on September 14th and Love Proxy on September 7th. In the meantime, a short of Memcho's backstory will be drawn by Yoko Yari until its return. And yes, this is the joke one that everybody's like, oh my gosh, he's actually involved in Apex Legend tournament that's coming up. So obviously his health break for a month back here has something to do with this tournament here, and he's lying to everybody. People are creepy on the internet. People stop being creepy on the internet. Like, some of the stuff that I read about this whole thing is like, you guys are super creepy. Like, honestly, people coming at him so harshly about this in the wake of the anime adaptation, which highlights cyberbullying and what it affects on creators themselves, and people are still acting creepy about this stuff, like, super cringy. And it's just, it breaks my heart. It's like, leave the dude alone. Like, the dude is a genius. Let him take all the breaks that he wants. I mean, the stuff that he's creating is absolutely fantastic. I don't want him rushing anything. If he needs to take a break, take a break. You guys aren't his mom. You guys, he's not out to not disappoint you. Who knows, maybe, possibly, yeah, him playing Apex is a way of recovering, taking a break from the stuff and just relaxing and playing something he enjoys. Either way, we don't know what his health issue is. It could be mentally. He could be fatigued. Either way, people, stop being cringy. Let the dude take a break. Anyways, there you go. Akasaka, taking a break. Moving on. All right, for our last bit of news, Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation author Refugin has responded on X, not Twitter anymore, on X about the recent episode of the anime series. So, slight spoilers here for those that are not watching the TV series. That's why I put it at the very end here. For those who don't know, Rudius goes to a market to purchase somebody, and Zenoba pays to buy a girl in order to make figurines for him. I made a whole video that I posted yesterday on pretty much what the novel itself says and how Rudius responds to the act of marketing people. So definitely check that out for that full analysis. I didn't include this quote in that video because I wanted to get a perspective of what does this show, what does the novel say up until this point of the anime. I didn't want to spoil anything going forward. But anyhow, And I'm going to kind of change this a little bit because I don't want YouTube to get angry at me, so I apologize. He says, Rudius thinks I don't have an aversion to the purchase of people. Not all people in forced servitude, without exception, are worse off than they were before they became a servant. So while kidnapping is evil, forced servitude itself doesn't seem to be evil. And I don't want to do my own justice to the culture I'm not familiar with. So what Refugion's kind of saying here is, in the mindset of Rudius, this is not Refugion saying this is what I believe. This is that disconnect that a lot of people have. What the story is doing and what the person themselves believe is two completely different things. He's saying that Rudius, in this other world, is not desiring to go around and do his own justice here. He's not familiar with the culture itself, and he's not going to affect it. It's kind of similar to what I was saying in my video, this idea that Rudius is just there observing, and he's not trying to stick out. Rudius, for the most part, throughout this series up to this point, in his mind is constantly thinking about, don't stick your head out. Don't get people's attention. Don't stand out. I'm not a hero. I'm not overpowered. I am extremely fragile. I can die from a single swing of a blade. So he's not some sort of justice hero. But what Refugien is kind of saying here that I didn't really get a context to with what I've actually read in the novel, is that Rudius is acknowledging that there are some people that he believes are better off. The concept in that world itself is this idea that a lot of people just have massive debt, and then they're sold off. Or some people will even sell themselves off to cover their debts for their family. Then you have a lot of people that are just orphans, starving on the street, that are kidnapped and sold off into the trade. So what it's saying here is that some people, yes, are terrible off, and then they're better off now. Which again is not saying that the system itself is right, it's just Rudius acknowledging this person was once here, and now they're here where they're, let's say, a maid at Saros' mansion, and well-fed and taken care of. Again, none of this is saying that it's right. And that's where a lot of people get this wrong. None of this is saying that it's right. It's just saying that Rudius is observing this in this world. And he himself is not going to do anything yet, I don't know, to jump in there and change everybody's mind. He technically can't. Physically, he can't. The governments and the rulerships of the world itself feed off of it. He can't take them all on. But additionally, to the mindset of Rudius that it's this culture and I can't change it. I'm not going to exact my own justice upon this culture. So in saying that, technically it does sort of hint at the idea that he doesn't like it and that he could see his own way of doing things. But that's that whole kind of roughness of translation. Anyhow, that's his statement, and that's all the news I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, make sure that like button down below, comment, let me know what you think of these news bits. What's the most interesting news bit to you? Additionally, if you're new to this channel, make sure that subscribe button so you get all my content. I do news, reviews, first impressions, top list. If it's anime, it's pretty much here. Additionally, for those that are here for the Mushoku news, I do Mushoku Sundays where I cover the anime itself and what was skipped by the anime adaptation. Additionally, I do Mushoku Monday where I do analysis of the novel series. But if you're interested in any of that stuff, definitely stick around. Additionally, if you like this content and want to support the channel more, I have a Patreon link, tips link, super thanks, membership button down below. Greatly appreciate it, but it does. Take care.